ask Caitlin Clark, hey, Caitlin, are there any player trades you like to make? Nah, I'm kind of set with my team, but I would like to trade coaches.
What happens when the WNBA's rising star crosses paths with one of its most powerful old-school coaches? You get chaos, you get controversy, you get a feud so petty, so public, and so weirdly satisfying that it feels less like basketball and more like a reality show with better jump shots. Caitlin Clark is shattering records and expectations. Cheryl Reeve is trying to hold the old order together. And somewhere between Olympic snubs, all-star votes, and deleted tweets, it all exploded. Let's unpack the wildest off-court drama the WNBA has ever seen.
She picked her friends. She made sure she picked no ops, as people like to call them.
Caitlin Clark isn't just a rookie. She's a movement. The kind that doesn't politely ask for space, it takes it. Since joining the Indiana Fever, Clark has sparked a national frenzy. Ratings? Sky high. Arena sellouts? Weekly. Jerseys? Flying off shelves like it's Black Friday every game night. But with attention comes resistance, and the WNBA's old guard didn't exactly roll out the red carpet. The Olympic snub was the first shot fired, a glaring omission from Team USA's roster that had fans fuming and analysts baffled. The message? Not yet. You haven't earned it. But to Clark's fan base, that snub didn't feel like merit. It felt like gatekeeping. And at the center of that storm was Cheryl Reeve. Cheryl Reeve is no rookie. She's a four-time WNBA champion, head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, and the current coach of Team USA. She's also known for keeping receipts. Quietly, or sometimes not so quietly, she's voiced skepticism over the Caitlin craze. Whether it's social media jabs, deleted tweets, or frosty interviews, Reeve's disdain for the Caitlin craze hasn't been subtle. During a press conference, when asked about leaving Clark off the Olympic roster, Reeve didn't explain. She didn't justify. She just said, nah. Cold. Dismissive. And for Clark's fans, that wasn't professionalism. It was personal. But then came All-Star Weekend, and karma had a clipboard. It started like a fairy tale, or at least the WNBA version of one. Caitlin Clark was named an All-Star captain in her rookie season, something rarely seen, let alone applauded this loudly. With her teammates Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell also earning their spots, the Indiana Fever suddenly had not one, not two, but three All-Stars. This was the same team that months earlier was being written off as too young, too raw, or just not ready. And then the league flipped. What should have been a celebration turned into a coaching conundrum because by league protocol, the all-star coach for Caitlin's team was supposed to be, wait for it, Cheryl Reeve. Yes, that Cheryl Reeve, the same Cheryl Reeve who helped leave Clark off the Olympic roster, the same Reeve who had posted and later deleted tweets that didn't exactly scream supportive mentor, the same Reeve who just weeks earlier gave a curt one-word response when asked if she regretted leaving Clark off Team USA. No, she said, just that, not even a period, just a verbal shoulder shrugged wrapped in ice. So now, in a twist so ironic it could have been written by Shonda Rhimes, Caitlin Clark was being assigned Cheryl Reeve as her all-star coach in Indiana in front of a sold-out Clark-worshipping crowd. The tension wasn't subtle, it was cosmic. This wasn't just awkward, this was nuclear. If the WNBA needed a plot line to go viral, this was it. All eyes were on the draft, not just for which players Clark would pick, but for what she'd do with that little line on the roster that said, Coach Cheryl Reeve. And Clark, she wasted zero time. She picked her squad, a mix of teammates, friends, and fan favorites, but then came the twist. The moment people will replay on TikTok and Twitter for years. She traded her coach. Let that sink in. A rookie traded the Team USA coach. Caitlin Clark didn't just sidestep detention, she shoved it into traffic. She replaced Reeve with Sandy Brondello, coach of the New York Liberty, and someone she clearly felt more comfortable with. It was clean, it was classy, and it was savage. No hashtags, no callouts, no press statement. Just a single strategic move that said, I'm not here to play nice. I'm here to play my way. Social media lost its mind. Fans immediately dubbed it the pettiest power move of the year. She traded her coach like she was running a fantasy league, one fan posted. Caitlyn said respectfully no with her whole chest, wrote another. And Cheryl? She had to stand there and watch it happen.
From head coach to sideline casualty. You could almost feel it through the screen the moment Cheryl Reeve realized she'd lost the room. Not the physical room, the cultural one. She'd spent years building her brand as the WNBA's Iron Lady. Smart, tough, no nonsense. And in one weekend, a 22-year-old flipped the narrative like a switch. That's when Reeve snapped. She started giving interviews complaining about the All-Star voting process, calling it disappointing, saying players on her team deserved better, and throwing subtle jabs about the fairness of the whole system. But the timing? Suspicious. These complaints came only after Clark and her Fever teammates got voted in, after Reeve got traded off the roster like a box of expired cereal.
Suddenly, it wasn't about merit, it was about meltdown. Fans weren't having it. Funny how the system's broken only when it doesn't favor you, one tweet read. She was fine with the rules until the rules wrote her out of the spotlight, said another. To many, Reeve didn't sound like a veteran coach. She sounded like someone mad they weren't the main character anymore. Now, here's where the story gets delicious. Caitlin Clark didn't clap back. She didn't need to. She let the scoreboard and the fans do it for her. When asked about the coach swap, she gave a brief, polite answer. No digs, no drama. Just a subtle smile that said, I did what I needed to do. But the fans, the fans went off. Free smoke, chants echoed online. Memes flooded Instagram. TikToks of Clark trading her ops to Team Kier hit millions of views in hours. Someone even edited a video of Clark pressing a red eject button labeled Cheryl Reeve. The internet crowned her queen of petty without her even raising her voice. And that's what made it so powerful. Clark didn't burn bridges, she turned them into content. This is where things turned from drama to demolition. Reeves deleted tweets, resurfaced. That awkward quote from Christine Brennan's book, screenshotted and dissected like it was Watergate. She tried to say she never made those comments, but by then, the damage was done. The receipts were printed, laminated, and memed into orbit.
Fans weren't just defending Clark, they were dismantling Reeve. And all while that was happening, Indiana was winning. Clark's team had the momentum, the crowd, the viral moments. Reeve's squad, just vibes and press statements. The energy shifted, and it wasn't coming back. This moment wasn't just about all-star selections. It wasn't about Team USA. It wasn't even about basketball. It was about a power transfer from coaches to players, from tradition to trend, from whispers in boardrooms to chants in packed arenas. Caitlin Clark's rise is the WNBA's rebrand in real time. Louder, messier, more viral. Cheryl Reeve's resistance? It's the growing pains of a league evolving beyond its founders. What used to be enough, wins, titles, experience, now isn't. Now it's about attention, hype, emotion, relevance. Reeve was playing chess. Clark was live streaming Uno with 10 million fans. And in this new game, the old rules don't apply. In the end, Cheryl Reeve didn't just lose a coaching gig, she lost the narrative. Caitlin Clark didn't just score points, she rewrote the script. She walked into the All-Star spotlight, looked at the coach who denied her, and said, "You don't get to call the shots anymore." And the world cheered. The WNBA has wanted attention for years, and now it has it, in the form of a blonde sharpshooter with logo range confidence and a billion-watt spotlight. Some are ready for it. Some, like Cheryl Reeve, clearly aren't. But either way, the league isn't going back. This isn't 2010. This isn't about who earned it quietly. This is about who makes the league matter.
And right now, Caitlin Clark is doing more for the WNBA than any marketing campaign ever could. The fans have chosen. The merch is selling. The arenas are loud. The dynasty is dead. Long live the drama. Let Reeve sulk, let Clark shine, and let the chaos reign. Because in the world of sports, petty is power. And this is the Caitlin Clark era.